Hello, all you fabulous, fantastic fourth graders. I'm back. I am going to, today your assignment, today is Thursday, September 10th. It's Mrs. Peterson's birthday. And I'm back and I'm healthy and I'm happy. Today your assignment's going to be the mid-chapter checkpoint. So I'm not going to go through the actual worksheet so much as the type of problems that you're going to see on the worksheet. So we'll start with the vocabulary. It says, choose the best term from the box. So here's the box. We have expanded form, period, round, and standard form. So I've gone through over here. Standard form is when we write the number just like we normally do. Like 52 would be the number 5 and the number 2. So this number is written in standard form, kind of regular form. Expanded form is where we show the value of each digit. So this 3 is not really worth only 3. It's in the hundred thousands place, so it's worth 300,000. This 2 is in the 10,000s place, so 10,000, 20,000 is the value of this 2. The 6 is in the thousands place, the 9 is in the hundreds place, the 8 is in the tens place, and the 7 is in the ones place. I don't know just what happened to my TV. We had a little power glitch. That's how you do expanded form. It's expanded, it's great big. And then we have word form. To go from, or to find word form, I like to start with standard form. So the way we read numbers, we look at them 3 at a time. So I'm going to cover that up and say this number is 326. Not 326, just 326. The comma, we talked about that a bit, represents the word thousands or thousand. So let's see, okay. So we've got 326, the comma is the word thousand, and then we look at this number, which is 987. So you just write down, or you just record those words exactly like you read the number. So 326, and then the comma represents the word thousand, and then 987, 987. So those are the 3 forms that numbers can be in. So number 1 says the blank of 23,850 is 20,000 plus 3,000 plus 800 plus 50. So what form are they talking about there on number 1? Number 2 says you can blank to find out about how much or how many. So what do we do? Do we do expanded form? Do we do period? Do we round? Or do we do standard form to find out about how much or how many? That word about is key there. Number 3 says in 192,860, the digits 1, 9, and 2 are in the same blank. Okay, so I wanted to show you down here is a place value chart that I've made. And we start with ones, tens, hundreds. That group of 3 numbers is in the ones period. The thousands, 10,000s, and 100,000s are in the thousands period. So if we go on to millions, the millions, basically 1 millions, 10 millions, 100 millions are in the millions period. So it's kind of like the part of the place value chart they're in is also called the period. Okay, next it says find the value of the underlined digit. Remember, that's how much that 8 is worth. So is it just worth 8? If it asks for the place value, then it would want you to answer with tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. But since it just says find the value, that's how much it's worth. That's like down here, the value of the 6 would be 6,000. So if on 4, 5, and 6, if they had underlined the 6 here, your answer would be 6,000. Okay? The next part says write the number in 2 other forms. So on number 7, they've given it to us in standard form. What are the 2 other forms? Expanded form and word form. So you're going to want to take this number, 293,805, and convert it into expanded form and word form. Number 8, they give it to us in expanded form. When you see those plus signs, that means it's expanded out. So you'll want to write the answer to number 8 in standard and word form. That going from expanded to standard is the trickiest part of the different word forms, in my opinion. So let me back up here to expanded form. So this is how you do it. You say, okay, I'm going to start and say, how many digits are in my biggest expanded form number? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 digits. So that means I'm going to come down here and write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots. Okay? And then I'm going to start with the ones place. Is there a digit that goes in the ones place? Yes, it's 7. Is there a digit that would go in the tens place? Yes, it would be 8. Hundreds place would be 9. Thousands place would be 6. 10,000s would be 2. And 100,000s would be 3. The trickiest part from going to expanded form to standard form is sometimes they don't give you, like you're missing a hundreds place here. So if you're missing a, so if we took out this 900 and just put 8, 80, and 7, okay, and didn't have a hundreds place, what would we put in the hundreds place to represent it? A 0. So let me show you real quick. So again, in my expanded form, my biggest number has 6 places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 in the ones place. 8 in the tens place. How many hundreds do we have? We don't have any hundreds, so I'm going to put a 0 there. How many thousands? 6. How many 10,000s? 2. How many 100,000s? 3. So if this were our expanded form number, we're going to write our in standard form with a 0 in that hundreds place because there's nothing there. Okay. Now, moving on. Okay. It says compare, write less than, greater than, or equal to. So if we're comparing 2 numbers that are both 6 digits. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4. You start by making sure first that they have the same number of digits. Both of these are 6-digit numbers. So then you start with the biggest and start making your way down to see which is the bigger digit. So 1 is the same in both. 2 is the same in both. 3 is the same in both. We have a 4 and a 6. Which is bigger? 6. So we're going to use, the mouth always opens towards the bigger number. So that says 123,456 is less than 123,654. If you have a situation where you have different amounts of numbers, so like if you have 6,452 and 64,520, you say, okay, how many digits does this number have? 4. How many digits does this number have? 5. 4 is less than 5, so automatically, if the digits don't match up, the number of digits, then the number with the bigger number of digits or with more digits is always greater. Okay, so watch those closely, and that's for number 9, 10, and 11. And then we have round to the place of the underlined digit. So here's how you round. If you have the number 875,654 and the 7 is underlined, okay? What you're going to do is, that says you're rounding to the 10,000s place, okay? So you look to the number to the right. The right number is the boss number. So 5 or more raise the score. So that means 5, the boss number, tells 7, go up, okay? The 8 in front stays the same. Everything else becomes a 0. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers that become zeros. So 875,654 rounded to the nearest 10,000 is 880,000. Now we can take that same number though and round to different places. So let's say they want us to round to the nearest 10 place. The 4 is the boss number, the number to the right. 4 or less, let it rest. So 4 is the boss number. 4 tells 5 to stay the same. Everything before 5 stays the same as well. And the 4 becomes a 0. Okay? So we will, rounding is important, so I will be going over that with you some more when we come back. But on 12, 13, and 14, you're going to want to round. Number 15 says, last year there are 323,000 people visited the museum. What is that number written in standard form? So 323,000. So I'm going to give you a little help with this. 323, what do we write for the word thousand? A comma. And that's all it says. But if I leave it like that, that just says 323 with a comma behind it. How many numbers always follow a comma? 3. So we have to plug in the hundreds, tens, and ones place a 0. And does that say 323,000? Good deal. Rachel rounded 16,473 to the nearest 100. Then she rounded her answer to the nearest 1,000. What is the final number? So step 1 is going to be to round 16,473 to the nearest 100. You start by underlining where's the hundreds place, the 4. The 7, the boss number, tells the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, goes up by 1. 5 or more raise the score. So 7 tells the 4 to go up to a 5. and then everything in front of that underlined digit stays the same, always, and everything behind the underlined digit turns into a 0. So now we have 16,500, but we're not done because it says then she rounded her answer to the nearest thousand. So then you're going to underline the thousands place, which is the 6, and continue to round 16,500 to the nearest thousand. What they're saying there, guys, is if you have a number line and you have 16,000 here and you have 17,000 here, where is 16,500 closer to 16,000 or 17,000? Because it's a 5, it's going to help. That's going to help you knowing that your boss number is a 5. Even though it seems like 16,500 would be right in the middle, right? However, we've got 5 digits that tell the number to stay the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits rounds up. So the 5, even though it seems it would be the middle, is actually goes up. Okay, and then what is the highest volcano range in the Cascade? Highest volcano in the Cascade range. So you're going to look at those different numbers: 10,457, 14,410, 14,161, and 8,364, and figure out which of those is the highest, the greatest. And the last question, Richard got 263,148 hits when he did an internet search. What is the value of the digit 6 in this number? So this takes us back to how you did questions 4, 5, and 6. And you're going to need to figure out what that 6 is worth. What's the value of that 6 in 263,148? Okay, so I hope this helps. I'm super excited to see you tomorrow. Jump on and let me know when we have our Google Meets today if you have any questions. So if you're in my homeroom, your Google Meet times are 9 o'clock and noon. If you're in Miss Cunningham's homeroom, your Google Meet times are 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock. And if you're in Miss Brown's homeroom, your Google Meet times are at 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock. And you'll just go through your Google Classroom to get there and click on the Google Meet link, and you'll be able to ask any questions. Okay, have a great evening, and I will see you tomorrow.